Today I'm going to be making a curry-based gravy or sauce, which is a method used by many British Indian restaurants to speed up the process of making curry. This curry-based gravy can be used in many different types of curry, and it gives a lovely, luscious, thick sauce with an instant hit of flavour. And be sure to watch to the end, where we're going to have a taste test to compare a curry that uses the base gravy method and one that doesn't use the base gravy method. Wonder which one will win. Hi, I'm Nikki. Welcome back to our kitchen, where we show you how to make delicious, family-friendly recipes. If you've been watching our channel for a while, you'll know that we love to cook curries. And every time I post a curry recipe, we get lots of comments asking us to try the curry-based gravy method. So that's what I'm going to be making today. And then once I've made that curry base, I'm going to show you how to use it to make a chicken jalfrezi. So let's get cooking. We start by heating 120 ml or half a cup of oil in a large casserole pan over a medium heat. Now you can use ghee if you prefer, but I find that's a little bit more expensive. Now we're going to add 1 kilogram of onions, which is about 6 medium onions, which have been roughly chopped, and we're going to cook them, stirring occasionally for about 20 minutes until they start to go light brown and to caramelise slightly. The quantities might seem a little large, but we're going to make quite a few portions of this curry base so that we can freeze it, and that's the idea behind this sauce. Once the onions are nice and soft and have started to caramelise slightly, we're going to add 8 cloves of minced garlic and 2 tablespoons of minced ginger. We're also going to add in some spices. I've got 2 tablespoons each of garam masala and ground coriander, a tablespoon each of ground cumin and paprika, 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric, a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cardamom. Add the spices to the pan along with 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. Stir to coat the onions and cook for a further 5 minutes, stirring often. Now add in a roughly chopped red and green pepper, a roughly chopped carrot and a 400 gram or 14 ounce tin of chopped tomatoes. Now we're going to add in 2 litres, which is a little over 8 cups of chicken stock, or you can use vegetable stock if you prefer. A lot of recipes call for adding water in at this stage, but I can't resist adding that little bit extra flavour. Stir everything together and then bring to the boil and simmer gently for an hour. So it's a bit of a badly kept secret that many British Indian restaurants have a big vat of this curry-based sauce on the go at all times, so they can really speed up the process of making the curries and get those high numbers of curries out the door fast. After an hour, turn off the heat and allow to cool. Once it's cooled slightly, we're going to carefully blitz it to a smooth liquid using a stick blender. So this recipe makes about 12 cups, which is about 24 individual servings of the curry base, and you can freeze that in portions to make a really quick curry later. So let's give it a little taste. It tastes like a really lovely Indian spice soup. In fact, it would make quite a nice soup just by itself. So let's put it to the test. I've made some modifications to my chicken jalfrezi recipe, and we're going to use the curry-based gravy to make it. So let's get cooking again. So heat 1 tablespoon of oil and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter in a large frying pan. Add in 3 chicken breasts that have been chopped into bite-sized chunks. That's about 500 grams or 1.1 pounds of chicken. We're also going to add in a sliced onion. Cook on a medium to high heat for 4 to 5 minutes until the chicken's sealed. I've gone with not marinating the chicken for this recipe as I do in my regular jalfrezi recipe, because I want this curry to be really quick. That's the idea behind the curry-based gravy. And if you wanted to make it even quicker, it's a really good idea to meal prep some chicken tikka and cook it and freeze it in advance. And that way you can probably get this curry on the table in about 10 minutes. Once the chicken's sealed, add in a sliced red and green chilli along with a sliced red and green bell pepper. Then cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, stirring often. Now it's time to add in some spices that are specific to a chicken jalfrezi. I'm using fewer spices than normal because of course we've got some spices in the curry base. So here I've got a teaspoon each of garam masala, ground coriander, cumin and turmeric, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. We're also adding in 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. Stir together to coat the chicken and the peppers and cook for a further 2 minutes. Now we're going to add in about 480 ml or 2 cups of the curry base. If you've frozen your curry base into portions, make sure you thoroughly defrost it before adding it to the pan. So stir it all together and then bring to the boil and simmer for 5 minutes until the sauce is thickened and the chicken is cooked through. Turn off the heat and stir in a small bunch of fresh coriander and then you're ready to serve. Okay, so that took about 14 minutes to make, which is half the time my regular chicken jalfrezi takes to make. And I've actually got a portion of my regular chicken jalfrezi here, so let's do a taste test. So I'm trying the curry-based gravy one first. It's delicious. That's really good. Okay, let's try the original version. It's so good too. Okay, here are my thoughts. This one, the curry-based gravy one, definitely ticks the box in terms of being a real time saver. So that only took 14 minutes to cook compared to this one, which takes about 30 minutes to cook. Now you can see the curry-based gravy one is quite a lot lighter than the original jalfrezi. And I found that the chicken in the original jalfrezi, the chicken itself, has got a bit more flavour to it because I usually marinate the chicken there. So I think if you were to marinate the chicken in advance for this curry, then that chicken would taste just as good as well. But for the sauce, it's the sauce that's all important. And actually, I prefer the sauce with the curry-based gravy method. It's really rich and it's velvety and it's smooth. This one tastes spicy and delicious as well, but it's just a little bit sharper, whereas this has got a really nice, smooth richness to it. So overall, I think this one's actually the winner. So if you like a curry and you've got some time for meal prep, then this curry-based gravy is a great thing to have in the freezer, along with some cooked marinated chicken. That way you can get a curry on the table in 10 to 15 minutes. It's definitely something Chris and I will be experimenting more with. So tell me in the comments below, will you be making a curry-based gravy? And if so, what's your favourite curry that you'll use it for? See you next time.